Hi, welcome to the DigiMasters channel for all your Digimon content. Today we'll go over the third round of the EU regionals with my trusty Commandermon. This was my first match against a security control deck. I'd never practiced against it because it's never fun to play against, so I went into this matchup blindly as you will see in this video. Watch this video if you want to find out which is stronger, or not unorganized command or destructive forces. So I get to go first in this matchup, and I didn't know what I was playing against, so yeah, just playing Commander Mols and we'll see what happens. Yeah, here I flipped Red Coromon, so at first I was thinking I was playing against Shoutmon, but seeing it has only one egg, it's security control and the Trident Revolver. So we can play the Mat and tie because he played the Trident Revolver to kill my Commandermon, and then I just swing in dice, which is okay. This is a nice thing about Commandermon, you can swing, and if they die, there's a chance they'll come back. But here I whiffed, which is a pity. I just get to play my Mat and tie for more memory later. And I have to pass. It's not bad to pass against security control. They can do a lot if you don't do a lot, so just take your time, draw some cards, find the right cards you want, and pass. So my opponent gives me 10 memory by playing Lucimo for the 13 cost, because he has 10 cards in his trash. So I can go into other Commandermon. I can play Darkramon, it will cost me 9 memory, but seeing I have 10 memory, the 9 is okay. The 2 Commanderman back on top, and I can swing with it. It's okay if it dies, it doesn't die, so that's very good. He has a blocker on the field, but I don't care about that. My Commandmon in the raising area is a 6k when he swings thanks to the Missimon, so it gets over that. And I can play the Alteress just to go into an Omnimon, draw a card, and I can remove the Shademon because it's only a 5k blocker. So I've put him on 7 memory because of his Madden tie, and I'm giving him 2 extra memory. And he can probably delete this, but doesn't matter. With Lucimon, just a Commandermon, that's fodder for my Darkramon. And the Gaia Force putting me at 1, which is very good for him, only giving me 1 memory and destroying my Omnimon. The Holy Wave, so yeah, that was a swing for nothing. And just another Commandermon putting my opponent to 1. And there's probably a big chance both of my Commandermon will die, one by a swing of Lucimon, another by one of his many deletion spells options. So will he swing into the Commandermon or will he go for security? Yeah, swings into Commandermon, want to clear my field. That's the biggest thing for security control, deleting your opponent's fields. Here's another Trident Revolver, but yeah, without a tamer, I think. Yeah. It also seems it don't have a lot of cards in his hand, so that's nice. He's getting out of options. Needs to use his removal spells on my little dudes, which is always fun to see. And here I have a blocker, and becomes a Tangramon. And here it's fun if it doesn't deal with the Tangramon, and my Commandermon races and swings, I can get 2 bodies for the price of 1, which, yeah, they don't want. So he's a bit obligated to destroy the Tangramon. Tie, yes. My timer is now at 8k and I start with 3 memory every turn at least. It just needs to pass. So like I said, his hand is low, so he's probably out of options to do things. Now I can swing with Commander Mon and hope it dies. Doesn't. It's okay, it's one less security. It's always nice to hit a TK against security control because sometimes they don't find a yellow thing, so they lose the security for nothing because they're obligated into taking something. So yeah, we want to rush the game. And here we see he doesn't have something yellow in his security, which pretty much only one security now is obligated into reinforcing his security with a Magnadramon or another Lucamon. Yeah, playing the Tangramon should be fine. Putting him at 4, but he probably can't deal with both of the Tangramons, so if my Commandramon dies, there's a lot of chance it becomes 2 bodies, and that's what we want to do against security control. But I'm thinking he's getting out of options with low hands. I have 3 bodies on the field ready to attack, maybe a Dark Draymond in my hands. Still one security against my 2 options, but yeah, in security control, never know. I start again at 9 memory because of the Tiamat, but now he has 3 security again. So that's a hard thing against security control. They keep refreshing their security, and every security is a potential option that kills my Digimon. Let's see. Sword defeats. Yeah, Commandmon doesn't die. So I forgot about it for a second because I want him to die and they don't. Just keeps alive. And now I have to worry because he has 3 bodies on the field and I only have 3 security, so I really don't want to hit in a fear of another Onimon's War defeat because then he can win the game, but not with the blocker, of course. So now I'm free to attack, but it's good either way. I can wait a turn, or I can attack. And he lives, that's like the perfect scenario. And then I pass again, put him as low memory as possible. I have a blocker, that's also nice. Probably can't win this turn. I'll try to move my field. There comes another security. Maybe we should need to add a counter of how many security I actually delete. And the Commander 1 becomes another Commander 1. And I block the Sword defeats attack. And there's another Commander 1. Yeah, put me to 8 but I have 2 Matentai, so I'll go to 10. And he has 4 security and I have 1 lowly attacker. So I think it's best to scoop this game. Preferably against security control, you scoop as fast as possible. Because you need the time to finish all the games. You don't want to tie. So I'm scooping and we'll go to the second game. So I force my opponent to begin because It's best if they begin, because they have less options to do in the first turn. Sometimes they have to pass without doing anything. They mostly rely on removing your field, playing options to destroy your Digimon. So if they don't have any targets, they are forced to do less. And now he just plays a tie, giving me 4 memory for my first turn, which is always very good. Now we see I have the Mega Angemon, so we probably play it next turn and gain an extra security, but that's okay. The first turns are probably the hardest against security control, because all the things you play probably get deleted. And okay, you can delete that one. You can try to force to use their options on your big Digimon, because they don't get to use the small deletion cards like Trident Revolver and stuff. They need to use a Gaia Force or the Sword option. I forgot his name for a second. So now we see an Easy, which reveals all security gains, so no deletion options. That's always good to know. At least 3 turns safe of a deletion option. There's the Transcendent Sword to remove my Darkdemon. Now I have 2 memory. Just raise the Commandermon and swing. Or Digivolve. You also need to draw some cards. So sometimes you're forced to Digivolve. And the tie is very good because to render some options of him useless, because the Trident Revolver only can delete 6k Digimon or less. And with tie, most of my blocker, except for the Dark Tyrannomon of course, gets up to 6k or more. So he needs to use the big spells on my small Digimon. So tie is actually really useful in this matchup. There's the boss Commandermon. That's the one we actually want to attack with in this matchup. So swing with Dark Tyrannomon before he gets deleted. Remove some security. He's gone. And play a small Commandermon. So the best one to play on the field, because if you get deleted, it comes back like as another one. So it's a bit of a target. The Jaws and Magnet Drummond. Swan is to play. Good to know. But if he swings, he can play the Lucimon that was on top of his deck. It's now an 11k because of the Magna Angelon underneath. And said he can play the Lucimon, and now it becomes a 12k. Here it's also nice to have a Darkdemon, because in 11k you can play it and swing into the Magnadramon or Lucimon if he attacks with it. Now we see a Gaia Force in the top 3. And as water feed, it's not in security. And he puts, okay. Gaia Force is 3 turns away. These are the small things you have to look at in security control matchup. Swing with Commandmon and it actually dies. Very good. We hope this one dies as well. It actually dies. Good as well. That doesn't mean the Commandmons are removed, but they come back. Now we can play the Darkdemon, because there were a lot of Commandmon dying. And like I said, the Digimon can just swing into the Magnadramon, kill it, and remove a big body from the field. Which now he has to play a big option like the Gaia Force, but it's still in the future of his top cards. First swing and then Digivolve. It's safe to swing. Remove a body of his. And now the Omnimon's War to have a big board. You can see the Tangramon coming in the field and probably the Dark Terramon as a cheap blocker. So now I start my turn with 2 Digimon in the field. They both died and they both came back. Played the third, Digivolved and played 2 other. Going from 2 to 5 Digimon in 1 turn against security control is the way to win this matchup. So the Darkramon and the Omnimon's Ward are the most important cards. So now he has to remove the Omnimon's Ward, because if he doesn't, I can take the Darkramon back. I just has to play a Holy Wave to gain refresh the security. And it's always nice, I can just swing with Omnimon's Ward, take the Darkramon back, use it again, remove something of his. It should be best to swing with Omnimon into the Lucimon to make sure it doesn't die in security yet. Like I said, taking the Darkramon back to delete the Shademon. So now my Commandermon can swing freely. It's 1 sword defeat. I should swing with the Commandermon blocker as well, because I have another blocker on the field. Doesn't matter if he dies. Even if he dies, the Tangermon comes off, so I can have another Commandermon on the field. Yeah, there was a bit of a hiccup here, because he forgot he had the Omnimon on the field, so he can use a Transcendent Sword to kill something with 15k or less, which is my Omnimon Sword. And now I have again a field of 5 Digimon. I have to pass, because I don't want him to give him too much memory. So just swinging a Commandermon is okay, better than security, so I can stall the game a bit more. And the Gaia Force on the Tangramon probably. So that was the Gaia Force we saw on top when he played Easy. So we know that's one's gone. Now my Armor of Commandermon swings. It's a Holy Wave, so nothing happened. I just have to swing with the Commandment, but of course play the Tangramon first. Because if when the Commandment dies, it's tactical retreat. So just another security. I really should add a security counter to these matchups, make it more interesting. I'll try to do that in the next matchup. That was the third Transcendent Sword gone. And I just play another Commandermon. So it's 2 security. Security is lowering slowly but steady. I still have 5 bodies on the field. Using the sword to delete one of my Commandermon. Again, better than swinging into my security. And now I have again enough D-Brigades in my trash to summon a Darkramon if needed. So actually I have 5 attacks on the field. This is now 3 security. I should start off 5 memory because of Matentai and his Omnimon. So yeah, just swing again. Of course, obligatory raise and D12 if you can. Machine Ramon, Command Ramon dies. Blocker on the field, which is perfect. Another Machine Ramon. Tactical retreat. Yeah, thanks to the 5 memory, you can swing with Dark Ramon first before playing the Dark Ramon. Which even if it's a kill option now, I win the game. So yeah, now I can play a Dark Ramon to finish the game. So if you only put a 3 memory, you want to play you have to play the Dark Ramon first and swing with it, so it can die and you can lose. But thanks to the 5 memory of Madantai, I can swing with Dark Ramon first and then securely play the Dark Ramon for game. The third match in the third round. Of course, my opponent made me go first. As I said, security control wants to go second, so you can delete your Digimon you had to play. So I played a boss command Ramon. So even if it deletes it, it just comes back. This is the perfect start against security control. Let's play an easy. So now we can see what comes. That was a surprising Devimon. Didn't expect that in security control, but actually nice to digivolve into Omnimon Sword Defeat. And of course, it hinders me against swinging blindly into him, because then I lose the security as well if he loses the security, which is actually a very scary card for my deck. So I know it's on top and have to find a way around it. And we'll start just by swinging right now. Now we can freely swing. Get to draw some cards. So now we know that Devimon is in his hand. And the Gaia Force probably taking out the big boy. He doesn't want to delete a small one and give me a Commandamon for free. Now it's already at 3 security. It's going well. And just play another body on the field. So now we know he has the Devimon, Lucimon and Gaia Force in his hand because of the easy top 3 cards. So he plays a Scared and Heavy, but now I'm at 8. I can Digivolve, draw some cards, which is also needed. And I just play a Sword Defeat for the 15. And now he needs to use a Gaia Force against it, but if a Gaia Force against it, I can delete his Devimon. So it's a fair trade for me. This was actually a very good use of the Omnimon Sword Defeat. Yeah, like I said, they need to delete it. If they do, I get to delete a Digimon of them. So here it comes, here comes the Gaia Force. Targeted the Sword Defeat. Sword Defeat deletion effects can delete a Digimon of them. It's a Devimon. The Devimon says I have to delete 2 cards as well, which is a pity because I only have 4 cards in my hands. The Ultimate Flare is useless in this matchup. It's a quick one. And I think I had 2 Sword Defeats in my hand and a Darkramon. So yeah. No, not Sword Defeat, just Swords. So I had to remove one of the swords as I didn't want to trash the Darkramon yet. I need to play them. And there's the Sword Defeat of my opponent. And I'll just swing with my Command Ramon. Did I? My opponent has only one security left. Yeah. I normally don't want to digivolve over the boss commander mon, but he really needed to draw some cards. Because I only have 3 cards after then Devimon. And I'll just play another blocker. I just needed some bodies on the field, and it's a pity they're all 3 blockers, which costs 2 memory to attack with. But my hand was worthless for the rest. I think it was a sword and a Dark Dramon. And here the tie is actually really useful, so now I can swing with the blockers, pay 2 memory, and still win the game if the security isn't that good. Yeah, here I just need some luck with the security of my opponent. If it's a removal spell or a recovery spell, I don't win this turn. Well, let's see. Yeah, it's easy, very lucky, so I won a very quick game. Just quickly attacking, and my opponent's security didn't do that much, which you sometimes need to win against security control. I would like to thank everyone for watching this video. Later rounds of the regionals will be uploaded later this week on this channel, so make sure to subscribe if you're interested in seeing them. I would also like to thank our sponsor, TCG Shop, for providing us the boxes and singles needed to participate in these tournaments. Be sure to check them out in the link in the description if you are interested in cheap Digimon boxes or singles. And I would love to see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!